And still you never let your kings down. Even though more time we don't deserve it. The picture isn't pretty, but it's perfect.
I know we said 4:30, and it's like over an hour later. I
And then
went
God
up.
was like, ha ha ha, 4:30, these Negroes. Anyway, yeah, go on. Yep.
I took a nap 5 past, set an alarm on my laptop. Obviously, I haven't got a phone now, so I set an alarm on the laptop for 20 past, thinking the laptop would do what a laptop's got to do, but obviously that didn't happen. I was having a dream, and this is how coming to happen. I was having a dream, and midway through, not even midway, at some point in the dream, I was like, wait, shit. You know when you feel like you slept for too long, or you feel like a sleep is too, like, I just felt like, yo, this was meant to be a quick thing. Like, I feel like I've been here forever. So mid-sleep, I was just like, boom, woke up, look at the clock, and I was just like,
Oh, and
yeah.
I was feeling guilty because I finished showering at like, no, I finished showering in time. It's just I was cleaning up the bathroom, so it was like 33, and I was like, yo, I'm sorry I'm late, blah, blah, blah. Then I was like, just trying to contact you on like all socials, and I was like, he's not picking up. Maybe I pissed him off. Those 3 minutes, he was just like, I'm done with this man.
Nah, man.
And how's your mental health as well? That's a good one.
Mental health. Mental health is, that's the thing. How do you measure, or how do you judge your mental health? So, okay, if I ask you how's your mental health, what would your response be?
Anxious.
Anxious. Okay, mind I ask what's making you feel anxious?
Because I just deep in how hench the reading list is for this course. Basically, I have realized, so I'm sort of behind because I didn't have access to everything like the same time everyone did. So it's just only yesterday did I have access to everything I needed. So now it's like, even today I had to say to like the professor, I was like, yo, like this thing that you wanted us to read for today, I didn't know how to get to it, basically. So now I know what to do, and I'm deeping like how much of a reading list there is. I'm like, I think the only way I will excel at this course is if I literally have no life. And if I must be like that, I'm gonna have to start turning down a lot of friends. Because my mate, Josh, he was like, yo, do you wanna come over this weekend to play FIFA 21? And I was like,
man's
sorry,
COP 21.
Oh yeah, he's already, I think, some people who, how do I put it? There's some people I think who get early access, or they get like betas or something, like beta copies or something. But anyway, if he hasn't already, he's planning to copy it, or he's pre-ordered it, or yeah.
God.
But I was like to him, yeah, I'm sorry, man. Like, I literally have to have no life to do well at this course. So yeah.
How hench is the course? Also, how hench is the reading, rather?
There's weeks where you have to read like 4 different texts.
4 different texts?
Yeah, so it's not always going to be like all like fucking 500 page. It's going to be like, sometimes you might be reading like an essay that's like by an author that's like 12 pages long. Sometimes you might be reading maybe 100-page short book or that kind of thing. And the whole idea is the following seminar, you discuss it. You don't have to like, you obviously talk about the whole thing, but the lecturers / professors would want you to almost have something to contribute to the conversation. And then sometimes you'll have times when you're workshopping. So for example, I think next week is me workshopping, which means I'm basically having the class take a look at one of my works or one of my poems and stuff. And then I think, then they basically just, I don't know what they do. I think they just talk about it and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if they ask me questions. I have no idea. Like, I asked them, it's like, no, you literally just bring your work and then we'll go from there. And then other weeks, it's like you read a book like this. These are set. This is a good thing. It's set. So you read a book and then you will pretty much present it and you'll say things you find interesting about that book. The good thing is that most of the texts, you can literally access them online. So the way you're suggesting Google Books, for example, I can literally click and have access to it. I just can't download it.
Right.
So yeah, and this is just like each module has its own like. That's the scary.
How many
At the
modules you got?
moment, I have 2 at the moment, but I think every term 2, and then another 2 next term. So yeah, I have there's fuckloads of reading just between now and like December. We have 5,000 word essay due in January. We have an exam for the seminar I was doing today in week 4. I tried getting it out of the lecture. I was like, yo, like, just to prep, can you give us any clue as to like what the exam will entail? He was like, nah. He was like, nah, it's a surprise. I'm doing it on purpose. So I think he just wants to. It's one of those exams where it's almost like maybe like, yo, have you actually been doing what you should have been doing? So we don't have a clue in terms of what the exam will be or anything. So yeah, I'm anxious. I'm anxious. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. For those who are watching it, then they don't. So that convo sounds like even those whoever's watching this is even though they started like at the beginning, whoever's heard that would feel like they've jumped in halfway through a conversation. So I don't know if you wanna maybe it's something you wanna keep on the hush on the download.
I don't mind. I can talk. I love talking. But yeah, go on.
You wanna let the people know what is it you are doing? Why have you got to do a hench reading? Why have you got to do exams? What is it you're doing?
I am doing a master's in creative and analytical writing. This is something that's been close to my heart before I even traveled to New Zealand. So everyone knows I traveled in 2018, came back in 2019, but I've been stalking this course for ages, like before I even became an actual published author. But yeah, and I guess finally publishing something was what got me in, because last time I applied, which is maybe, I want to say 3 years ago or something, it was just like, nope, straight away. I didn't even go as far as like, I asked them a question or something and I told them, yo, this, but and they just ended there. But 3 years later or whatever, they've got me, they've accepted me. So yeah, it's just, I'm doing it so that I'm more well-rounded as a writer, because a lot of the stuff I read is like non-fiction, because I'm a lazy son of a bitch. When I read, I tend to want to learn something from it. Like, I have read some fictional books and like I do enjoy them. I've had enjoyed them, such as The Kite Runner, A Thousand Splendid Suns, a few others. I forgot this one. What's the other one? I don't even try to remember. Anyway, point is, yeah, I'm trying to study this creative and analytical writing masters just so that I'm more well-rounded as a writer. But yes, it is very, very, very hench, and there is a 15,000 word dissertation at the end, which I am not looking forward to, but I'm gonna try and get on it as soon as possible. And also, it'd be really nice because a master's from Sussex would open a lot of doors. So I'm probably gonna piss off a lot of my friends just by saying no to every invite, or like most of them, because there's a lot. There's a lot to do.
Well, firstly, congratulations.
Thank you.
Whoever's listening, whoever's watching this, can you take 10 seconds or 20 seconds to wish bro congratulations and good luck with his masters, and the whole, the universe don't fuck him up in trying to patent this masters. So 20 seconds, it don't cost you nothing. 20 seconds, hit my bro on his social at Jives the Poet. Drop in the comment section. Congratulations. Of course. So 20 seconds, guys. 20 seconds. And also for you, do you want to use this moment to apologize to everybody ahead of time who's going to be fucked off that, you know what, we cannot turn up with the guy because you're
I'm sorry in advance. So I used to be the life of the party, and then over the last few years, I've just become a boring bastard. And unfortunately, I guess fortunately and unfortunately, it's because I've become a bit more, more of a geek, because I've focused more on my writing, like over the last couple of years. not to bore everyone, but what kicked this off was basically getting my heart shattered to pieces by someone I genuinely thought I was going to marry. But I think at that point then, because the massive void that was left in me of like, oh, okay, I had that thing that I thought that was going to be my life, and them ones were like, you picture what your kids will look like and everything. It was on them levels. And then because that was taken away from me, I was sort of like, this massive void has to be filled with something. So at that point, that's when I decided, you know what, let's try writing books. And then here we are. So this is the result. A very boring old man that's actually 27. And because of that, unfortunately, a lot of my friends and acquaintances are going to have to not see me like almost at all for like probably the next year or so. So the way I say it, it's like 9 months, and then 9 months to a year, and then I can breathe again. So sorry to everyone in advance.
Right.
Yeah.
You said you're a geek and you say you're boring now. But last time I checked, geeks are running the world. Well, they don't look like geeks now because now they're like like Superman, Elon Musk,
Sure.
Mark Zuckerberg. These guys are literally running the world. And if writing is gonna, well, for those who don't know you, writing is one of the many talents you have. So if writing is gonna pave the way for you to be getting bare cheeks, bare.
Talk about cheeks, bro. I don't want bare. I just want one faithful one, innit? One faithful cheek, or one faithful pair of cheeks. I'm too much to myself to want to entertain many chicks at a time. I tried that life. It's not for me. But yeah. Anyway, carry on.
If anyone is watching and you'd like to, devour this handsome chocolate man, again.
Anyway, sorry. Yeah, carry on. Yeah.
At Jives the poet, he can write you a poem. I bet many of y'all exes never written you a poem. I bet many of the guys would. This guy can write you a poem. So I'm just saying, this is some Romeo and Juliet shit.
Facts.
You can even write you a song because he's a songwriter. I ain't saying no. Don't let. They can get to know you.
Just let the future reveal. The full personality. The same for you. You're very multi-talented as well. But you're very humble. Which is good. Yeah.
So a little birdie, or word on the streets is man's about to do a madness at some point this month. So do you wanna tell us more about this madness you're about to unleash in the world?
So 20th of October, people. I am doing a virtual poetry reading. It's my second one ever. The last time I did one was actually last October with my very handsome brother Abdul over here. That's it's making me nervous just being interviewed by him.
You
I've already done one.
It's been a year already.
It's been a year. Yeah, it's been a year, man, and it's been a year of learning and writing and stuff. And I won't go off on a tangent. I know I have a tendency to do that, but anyway, yeah. So the first one was for the first book, Quarter Life Crisis, by Thabo and Nyoni, and the second one is about both the first and the second. So the second one is called Decorating Time. I got it from a friend of mine, and she told me that she didn't even say it to me, to like the title, to like give me an idea. It was just like, I think she was like, we just have these long conversations. She's just like, yeah, so when me and my friend were like high as a kite, we're just thinking, we're like, painters, what did she say? She was like, painters capture moments and poets decorate time. And I was like, bingo. I was like, bingo, that's my title. Before it was, it had been what was it? Influence the narrative. Well, the whole idea of that is, being a black man, a lot of people see people like myself and Abdul as evil and just wanting to do bad things to everyone. Old ladies will cross the street, and I'm like 2'4", so I always wonder, like, what the fuck am I gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I went from that title to Decorating Time. So yeah, basically the event on the 20th of October, which will either be, I think, at 6 p.m. or 6:30. We need to confirm with the producers and the event organizers. But yeah, it'll just be like an hour of Ishola. Sorry, I have to say the preferred name, Ishola, and myself, just basically, reciting poetry from the first and second book and taking questions, of which I probably will start sweating and stuttering if it gets a bit intense. But I think that's the sum up. Hopefully I did okay. I was trying not to go off on a tangent, which I struggle with because my mind's always like, but yeah.
The mind of a creative. So for anyone watching this that wants to, is this open to the public? Can people come and?
Oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Probably I guess we could put the link in the bio or caption or description of the video when it's finally out, because yeah, it's literally a link and they can click, and it's free as well. Free is the best, especially to us, us in the diaspora, man, the struggle of moving and just lacking equity and
y'all gonna come with your excuses and be like, oh, it's free. You ain't gonna read.
It's free, man. It's free. You can watch it from your living room, bruv. Come on, man. From your living room. You can even be having a shit, bro. We don't care because we won't be able to see you. All you're doing is you're seeing us, beads of sweat just going down, just as the spotlight beams. Like, my name is Thabo. Anyway, yeah. Go on.
Yes, 20th of October. What time? What time?
As I said, it's between 6. I think at the moment it says 6 till 7 p.m. I will find out from the producers, because last time one of them said 6:30 till 7:30. So I need to find out just to see what the actual time is. And yeah, and then that's another thing as well. Probably I'd post, or we would put on the description part of the video.
All right. So, just so people can get a glimpse of what to expect on the day.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a favorite poem of yours?
Of course. Thought you'd never ask. Thought you would never ask. It's called Superhero. I think I was saying this to you recently. I don't think it's my best. I'm not saying it's not good. I love it. I'm objectively speaking, the best one, as I said yesterday, was Refugee 2 Pandemic, which is very heavy and laden with dark humor, even though there's loads of swearing and sexual references and blah, blah, blah. Like, I think it's one everyone needs to read. Obviously, I'm going to say that because I'm plugging my own work, but personally, Superhero is my favorite because I take the experience of being a black youth, being demonized and just being seen as a demographic that's up to no good, but stabbing and backing our daughters and fucking nicking stuff and fucking shoplifting, and they're up to no good. They're going to end up in prison, drug dealing. You know what I mean? That's like how a lot of people perceive us. But I took sort of that and I flipped it into like a positive. The whole idea behind Superhero is the same way that Clark Kent / Superman or I don't know, Peter Parker / Spider-Man, the same way that society often, there's a lot of parties that will be like, oh, he's no good, he's bad, is this, especially Spider-Man, because there's a whole, was it the Daily Bugle? like editor of the paper's always like, it's that Spider-Man, he works, he's a criminal himself, that kind of thing. So the whole idea is just like, you being treated like crap for being different means you're special. It like, yeah, just it means you're special. It means people are intimidated because of what you're capable of. So the whole idea of that poem is just, yeah, you're special, instead of just like, yeah, you're born evil and you do bad things and that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, that's why it's my favorite poem. So that's why it's called Superhero as well, because I think people of this hue, and not just specifically us, even other people, other say ethnicities or people that are persecuted in general. It doesn't necessarily always have to be just race. It can be faith as well. You know, there were times when Jewish people were persecuted for being Jewish and that kind of stuff. But yeah, just yeah, you being treated like shit means you're special. So yeah, that's Superhero.
Aye. Do you are you cool if so I've got a sneak peek. Yes, I feel like one of them
Sneakity pickety, sneakity pickety.
Hey, I've got a sneak peek of superhero. I feel special because I'm one of them ones to get it before the world gets it. So actually, before I actually read that out, Decorating Time, is it going to be out anytime soon?
Yeah, this is why I rejected my friend's invite to play FIFA 21 with him. Anyone who knows me is like, they know I live for FIFA. I on FIFA 20 I lived on Ultimate Team. Anyway, I digress. It should be out soon. I'm using all this time and basically going to not having a life mode, because I'm trying to juggle, obviously, doing the masters, doing the reading for that, publishing Decorating Time, because yeah, it's just an editing thing, and making sure we're ready for the reading on the 20th of October. So a lot of juggling, but yeah, it should be published very soon. Ishola would be the first to know, and yeah, very soon. Basically, this reading's on the 20th of October. I want to have done it like prior to that, for like at the latest a week before that, because I want people to actually be able to have access to it and purchase it, and help me afford maybe a new, I don't know, blanket, because it's cold out here, but yeah, soon. Soon.
So how or where would people be able to purchase this book?
Amazon. The easiest way, instead of remembering the whole title, actually you'll have to remember something else that's long, but I find it easier this way. This is how I search my own, I guess, book or books, soon to be books, on Amazon. I literally just type in my full name, so Thabo Nyoni. What that does is it literally brings up all the books on Amazon by an author called Thabo Nyoni, which is me. So yeah, that's easier, because quarter life crisis, my quarter life crisis, is not the only quarter life crisis out there. Yeah. So yeah, just type in my name and Decorating Time will pop up when the time is right, which hopefully should be over the next couple of weeks, because I'm tired of money just leaving my account, and obviously I don't do it for the money, I do it for the love. But it's nice as a struggling writer to be able to afford to buy my mom something nice for Christmas. But yeah.
So those who are watching, would you have a link on your socials bio to Amazon, or?
Yes, I have one to the first book.
Okay.
And that one is on, if you go on Instagram at Jives the Poet, in the bio, literally it's just the link to the first book. Yep, and that will soon be replaced by the link to the second book. Yeah,
I would like to bank on the fact that there's a few reviews on the first one that won't negate its being able to garner attention still, you know, so because the second one will be the one that's like untouched. So that's why I'm going to prioritize that one as soon as that one's published, and I'll post it everywhere.
Not speaking as a fan, not speaking because he's my bro. The first book is very relatable. So it's called Quarter Life Crisis for a reason. And, you know, wherever you are, whatever it is you've been through, I can guarantee you there's going to be a poem in that book that you can relate with. There's going to be something in that book that you're going to read, and it's going to, you're going to be living it. So what Thabo does with his poems is he creates an experience in your mind as you read it. His words are that good. His depiction of his life's experience thus far and of current issues in the world is so accurate. It literally creates an experience, a story in your mind. So I would highly encourage you to go and purchase the first book. And if you, I know it's COVID time, I know times are tough. Trust me, you know, we're all going through it. But if you can purchase both, you are not going to regret it. You know, it's probably going to be one of your best buys this year so far. You know, I know a lot of you have, you know, bought some self-help medication over the lockdown. And I ain't gonna lie, that's probably some good buy. But this one's gonna talk. You know what? Read this book whilst you taking in some of those self medication. He's gonna take you on a journey. So yeah, Amazon, Thabo Arthur Nyoni, Decorating Time should be out before the 20th of October. And whilst you're there, you know, just add it to your basket. What's the cost of if you don't mind me asking, what's the cost of
At the moment, I'm gonna actually have to double check, bro. This is so bad. I think it was £8. I don't know what that translates to across different currencies. Let's have a look. Second one's probably gonna be £10, but yeah.
Alright. So yeah, a tenner, man. That's like 2 meal deals at Marks and Spencer. So for what I don't shop at Marks and Spencer. I just know the meal deals.
That sound bougie, bruv. Us Aldi dons would never.
So that's like 2 meal deals. That's like 3 meal deals. You know, trust me, this shit is worth more than 3 meal deals. It's worth more than the Pengus prawn mayo sandwich. Worth more than the juice.
No, that's a reach, G. Jeez, you sure?
Prawn mayo. Oh, I know. Prawn mayo is you don't get better than prawn mayo, but at the same time, man, this book. But yeah, let's take a peek at Superhero. Are you calm if I read this and then
If I get hypnotized, don't get creeped out. You might just see me start sweating and licking my lips, but yes, go on.
All right. Okay, so all right, this is Superhero from the highly anticipated, eagerly awaited Decorating Time by Thabo Arthur Nyoni. They click in the office, waiting for me to tick. They must see me as a novice. Look, the boy is here. Quick. They're unaware of my secret. What keeps me going in these times? Dust off my cape out the window to the heavens as my wings glow. My life is a video game. Expert mode is the difficulty. I evade the gaze of judgment. I lay in feelings of unrest. I infect my friends with laughter. They still find an antidote. Joker. It's hidden in my costume. Some ailments should not have a cure. I'll inject the party in you. Whether you be an anti-vaxxer or narcotics devourer, my rhythm will hypnotize you. My mother bears a semblance to the most highly educated heroines from America. leaders that hone us into men. I went to school with a few heroes. Volatile narratives trapped them. Lured by attractive deadness, mortals would set their capes alight. Wrong place, wrong time, engulfed in smoke. I walked out, dusted the ashes. Witnesses were dazed and outraged. I was still in a blaze, smiling. And that is Superhero by Thabo author Nyoni.
Masterfully read by yourself, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciated that. I enjoyed that.
I appreciate, man. I appreciate. So I don't know if you want to save it for when you do the reading, but you know I can't wait. I'm a bit too nosy. So I'm assuming you worked in an office at some point in your career.
Oh yeah, this is actually inspired by my last job. I won't say what company exactly because I don't want to be sued if I ever make it big. You know, I don't want people like, he got money now, let's get rich off him talking shit about our name. I don't defame their character.
Let's rewind.
Yeah.
Let's rewind. So you listen right now. Yeah, you don't want to get sued.
Yeah, I don't want to get sued for defamation of character of the company, but I will just speak in the abstract. I think that's what they say.
You don't want to get sued. What? You make it big?
If I do make it big as an author.
Rewind.
No, okay, when I make it big as an author. Sorry. Easy mistake. I'm sorry, I always forget.
We're winning. We're winning, bro. We're winning. We win.
We on the way there, bro. Smash this course, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Gonna be at them like award shows, like jeez. No, anyway, yeah. Okay, now back to.
So yeah, so you worked in the office.
Yeah, I worked in an office, and yeah, it was just call center job, and yeah, obviously, unfortunately, many office jobs I find, I don't know if it's because of the advent of the Brexit narrative and rhetoric and immigrants being demonized and people of color just being seen as like, I don't know, the enemy or whatever. But yeah, I just worked with some people that had views that belong in like the 50s. So unfortunately, sometimes they used to try to do things that like piss me off or like, or maybe they didn't realize it. Maybe it's just no one had ever called them up on it. So for example, Superhero, where it goes, they click, click, click. It was reference to when like my, so I'm Ndebele in terms of tribe, but I'm descendant of the Zulus. And obviously the Zulus, their language is I think it's in the same kind of areas as the Xhosas and the people that the click, that's the click, click, click. Or so there were people that used to make those sounds and shit when I was there, and I just like, oh. And I remember last time, I actually had like quite a bad incident, which I was just walking near where I live, and this lady, she was with her baby in a pram. And so I go past her because I hate slow walkers, so I always try to go past them quickly, just and then yeah, she had a baby in a pram. As soon as I go past her, she's like really loudly, and I'm just like, what the fuck? But all I felt in that moment was like, I felt so sorry for that kid, because like a lot of people might not understand why that's offensive, but the ones that do will. Like, so yeah, so unfortunately in the office it was just microaggressions of that and just little things people would say. And that's just one thing, if you're not a person of color, and it could be people you're cool with, they do this as well, and you might not even realize it. You might not even realize it, because if something is not in your paradigm, you have no way of being able to say, stop doing that. So sometimes it's like things are going on and you don't get it, but the person who it's aimed at gets why that's like, but yeah, in a lot of office jobs, they say things or like they do things that exactly why it's offensive, like it gets to you, but there's nothing. It's one of those where like if you went to HR and you're like, okay, this is what was said, they'll be like, yeah, okay, but why are you offended by it again, kind of thing. So yeah, people have learned how to, I guess, do coded racism, and sometimes they're even more upfront than that. And unfortunately, a lot of these places, they'll be like people higher up. They're like, oh, that's just what he's like as a person. Don't take it seriously. And in my mind, I'm like, your casual approach to this person's disrespect of other people, because it's not just me that they disrespected, is exactly why this thing still carries on and this disrespect still carries on. So yeah, while all that was happening, slowly I was crafting superhero in my mind. And I've just, for the longest time, I've thought that like being black, especially in the West, is like playing a video game on expert difficulty. So that's where that line comes from, basically. And it is what it is. It's one of them ones where like I feel like a lot of people who maybe have certain privileges, I don't want to say anything that's divisive, but yeah, people with certain privileges, if they had to go through the same shit that we do all the time, I don't think they'd last, or they'd be very depressed. But whereas we sort of have to adapt to it, and it's like, okay, this is life, get on with it, you know. And okay, I want to make it clear as well, because a lot of people are like, it's not always about race. Yes, I fully get it. Like a lot of the times, it's more about your like socioeconomic standing in life, you know. There's people that are, you know, different colors that are just in poorer situations, and they have similar experiences. But what I will say is a lot of those other people don't have certain experiences just because of the color of their skin. So yeah, I answered, I think I answered that question, then I went off on a tangent, but yeah.
You answered the question. You answered more, which I was gonna, ask about. But yeah, that is that's it. That's that from me. For anyone who's watching, still watching, because I know a lot of y'all click on our shit and just fall off after like 5 minutes. So if you're still watching, thank you very much. Means a lot. Means a lot. If you're still watching and you've read Superhero, you've gone to purchase the book, and you have any questions, again, hit him up on his socials at Jives the Poet, or just drop a comment, in the comment section. He's a pretty chilled guy. He loves talking. He loves talking. Trust me, he loves talking. So he would happily answer your questions, and he would happily talk to you about his experience, which I feel like a lot of people are going to be able to relate with. But I think that's it for me for today. Thank you ever so much, Mr. Nyoni. Look forward to the 20th of October. It's gonna be lit. That's it. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. And look forward to the new book dropping. Christmas is around the corner, y'all. So get this book for your. It's probably the best Christmas present a lot of people to receive. So go cop the book. Go cop the book. But yeah, very grateful for your time, because I know you're a very busy guy nowadays. And
help me. Yeah, carry on.
if anyone wants to apply for an internship, unpaid internship, you can get paid in knowledge, or you can get paid in other ways. If anyone wants to apply for an internship with the boy, to be his PA, I'm sure he'll be more than happy to, take you under his wings. But but yeah,
I promise I'm serious sometimes. I promise, just so people know. I do have times when I'm serious. It's just I have a joker personality, so it's hard to tell. But carry on. Yeah.
Which is why you say you infect your friends with laughter. So, but yeah, thanks ever so much, sir. Thanks ever so much. And
thank you.
For those of you who are still watching, you're done. You're done for still watching. Thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much. Don't forget. Go cop the book. Go cop the book. Go hit him up on the socials. Hit us up on the socials. Drop a comment. let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about the poem. Let us know what you think about the book. And don't forget, there's gonna be a link also to the event on the 20th of October. It's gonna be an evening time, so your day's over. You know, work's done if you do a 9 to 5, or school's done if you're still at school. Uni's done if you're at uni. It's free, so there ain't no excuse. You can just do this in your living room. So
Exactly.
tune in on the 20th of October. We'll be reading this poem along with, is it
Yes.
4 others?
There's
5 others?
there's 7 in total, so it's we're gonna try. Is it 3? I don't know exactly how many, but there's 7 in total. But I think it might be 3 one book, 4 the other. But I've forgotten how the division's gone. But yeah.
So cool, man. So cool.
Yeah.
Thanks ever so much, sir. And yeah, all the best. All the best. All the best.
Stay handsome, bro. Stay handsome, man. God damn. You guys should follow this guy. You should watch everything he does. He's a genius and he's humble. And the future's so bright for you. Thank you for having me.
May the future be bright for all of us. May the future be bright for all of us.
Exactly, man. Yeah, exactly. All right.
I appreciate it, bro.